I always wanted to play in the Big Ten. I'm a Midwest kid. In 2014, I came up for a Northwestern football camp. I always had a lot of interest in Northwestern, starting with Coach Fitz. The culture that he's been building here, it was something that always attracted me. You know, I took the scenic route to get here, but eventually I made my way here. One of my only Big Ten opportunities to go play was Indiana, so I jumped on it.
Ramsey looking for 6 into the end zone. Touchdown!
I learned a lot about myself. I learned how to fight through adversity.
Peyton Ramsey, the redshirt junior, got beaten out by Michael Penix.
But the way it finished, playing well in a rivalry game, gives me some sort of peace about my career at Indiana.
Ramsey, QB keeper, gets the push, and Indiana has won the All-American bucket.
I'd known about Peyton for a while. Here's a guy that we need to keep an eye out for in case he does enter the portal.
To be honest with you, it wasn't something that I ever considered until the season ended. Coach understood, my teammates understood that this past year had been difficult, and I still loved them and fought for them throughout the entire course of the year.
When he did enter the portal, I had already done some evaluation on him, but once I got to know him, that's where I thought, wow, this guy's a great fit for our culture at Northwestern.
Northwestern was my only visit, actually. I visited 1 week before the whole pandemic hit. I didn't get here until mid-June, and that was my biggest worry, was building relationships with my teammates. And the first thing that I did, I reached out and I sent them all a text message introducing myself, telling them that I'm looking forward to being their teammate and being in their locker room and playing with them on Saturdays.
And after that, I was straight to, all right, when are you moving in? He was halfway through moving in, and we threw that day, back in the summer, early June. Peyton really sacrificed a lot, driving back and forth between Ohio and Evanston. But he would come, maybe a day, maybe 2 days, we'd work out, he'd go back.
Early August, when fall camp rolled around, everybody's kind of looking at me like, who's the new guy?
We were not permitted to put on anything but helmets and the light vests, and thus no team periods to evaluate and create that quarterback competition. We put the pads on maybe 2 weeks before the first game, and it wasn't until we had those several practices in pads that it became evident that Peyton was separating himself as a starter.
I was excited, but not satisfied at all, because I want to win. That's why I came here. This last opportunity to go out and compete in the Big Ten, I'm not taking a single game or practice for granted.
Blitz off the edge. Never seeing it is Hunter Johnson. Eric Burrell knocked it out into the end zone for a Badger touchdown.
We struggled last year.
Down the seam, wide open, touchdown Ohio State.
I don't think we reached our full potential as a staff or as players and collectively as a group.
Wildcats have struggled to score all season long. In fact, have the worst scoring offense in all of college football.
It was cause for a lot of change. Mick McCall and I were together forever, and I really appreciate him and his family. He leaves here as the all-time winningest offensive coordinator in program history. And I wanted to make sure that whoever we brought in here was the right fit as a man and a leader, a coach, a teacher.
Take it 2 reps, go.
And I really felt that Jake was the right fit.
Push vertical, snap it off, flat so we don't get undercut.
Jake immediately set us all down as a O unit and listed out who we were going to strive to be in our plan.
Make it right, next play, let's go!
Jake is a brainiac, to say the least.
Hey, if you gotta go outside on the post, go outside!
He's like a mad scientist, and he's in his lab, in his office, constantly thinking things up, and we're getting late night texts about, oh, we're gonna throw this play in, we're gonna change this alignment, do this, do that.
Gotta give him a shot! Nice job! Nice job! Nice job! I like our depth at the skill positions. We have playmakers. Once you added Peyton to the mix, you just knew that he'd be able to distribute the ball to those guys. Good eyes.
That offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, quarterback relationship is absolutely critical. Those two guys were relentless in developing that relationship.
these first 2 weeks of the season. Everybody in the facility, I think we all saw it coming.
How about the speed on Peyton Ramsey? It's a touchdown.
We got so many guys that have crazy ability when they have the ball in their hands.
Drake Anderson weaving his way back across the field. He's got a cavalry in front. Touchdown.
The game against Iowa was a tough, physical, gritty, rely on each other type performance.
Peyton and our entire offense, they didn't blink when they got down 17 points. They just attacked it.
Listen, guys. We talk about playing our game, right? Our game. We have pre-snap penalties. We're jumping off sides. We got to fumble. We got to play our game.
Brown at the goal line, and that is a Northwestern touchdown.
Next thing you know, we were up 21-20.
As they have come all the way back from 17-0 down.
All the work you guys put in, you spot somebody 17 on the road, and your resiliency and the way you guys fought back, you're the ones that did. Each man that was out there, some big plays, huge plays. You just got to continue to build on that, continue to get better, and be prepared to adjust with whatever Nebraska throws at us.